I'll whoop your head, boy. You know I will. I'll whoop your head, boy. With the back of the steel. I'll whoop your head, boy. Your cap can get peeled. I'll whoop your head, boy. Your ass can get killed. I'll whoop your head, boy. You know I will. I'll whoop your head, boy. With the back of the steel. I'll whoop your head, boy. Your cap can get peeled. I'll whoop your head, boy. Your ass can get killed. 2 niggas in the front, 2 niggas in the back. That's 4 niggas riding strap in Grandpa's Cadillac. The voice in my head said, fuck all these niggas. Then I start thinking, I should rob all these niggas. Man, my homies, they wanna do whatever I wanna do. I say I wanna eat this and shit, we won't eat too. Let's ride around, finding niggas stunting on Front Street. With the shines on, niggas be looking like lunch meat. I run up on a nigga, pop one on the floor. Tell him come up off that shit before we start popping some more. Fucking ski mask, man, niggas know who I is. I got a full clip, and niggas.
Hey, what up, y'all? Steelsdagreat, 3D, DJ JLJ. No off season, Friday night, fellas, 8 to 10. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Your boys is back at it again. Man, Jay, told you put something to get us on hype, man. You doing something that make you want to put a ski mask on. God
let's
damn.
Let's go. Ski mask way, man.
The mother, for real, man. Word up, man. 3D, man. Looking sharp as ever, man. Word up, man. Talk to the people. 3, what's good?
Boys is back. Another Friday. Let's get it. A lot to talk about. You know what I mean? A lot going on, man. We got a good show for y'all tonight. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Subscribe, follow right now. Facebook Live, YouTube, Bars and Hoop Radio app in your app store. Go get that right now. Don't cost you nothing. Go get it.
Shout out to 3 said don't cost you nothing. Word up, man. JLJ, talk to the people, man. Peace, Almighty. How was your week?
Peace, Almighty, man. My week? Oh, eventful, man. It's just starting now, man. My week is
and we charging over
right
there
now, man.
It's charging over there too.
I hope so.
The plug. Make sure. Oh, it's not plugged in. Pardon self. Word. But go ahead, Jay. You said your week was good.
Yeah, my week was good, man. I'm just waiting, highly anticipate for this weekend, man. I got mad joints.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mad joints this weekend. Starting tonight. We in what's the joint called? I forgot.
Oh, shout out to JLJ. He being modest, man. You know the name of the club is called Sapphire.
Sapphire, yeah. We out with Sapphire, Rockaway Ave. Yeah, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm in Occasions tomorrow.
Shout out to Jay. He said occasions.
Then a private party Sunday, man. You know, I won't be here Sunday. For
private party.
Yeah, private party.
Party money.
Boy,
different.
you hear that? He said it's
party money different.
You heard that?
That private money party.
That's why I don't do. That's why I don't be outside no more. You know what I'm saying? I wait till I do my gigs and I'll make up for it. You know what I mean?
That's what it is, Jay.
What about you, Steels, man? How was your week, man?
I mean, the week has been great, man. It's been tremendous, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had a great vacation. I had a long stretch, man. I think I did about 4 weeks off.
You back to work now?
I'm back to work on Tuesday officially. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, who's really counting, man? I mean, I'm not. I ain't looking forward to it. But hey, man, I needed some time, man, to get things together. I got a lot accomplished, you know what I'm saying, personally, for myself, for the station. Worked on a lot of things, man. We got some more good things happening at the station. You know what I'm saying? Like we got some interns coming in, man. I'm dealing with some nonprofits across Long Island. You know, have a little personal intern during our show. So when we start switching to the pod setup, you know what I mean? We need somebody that's going to man the boards and do the things that we can't do, you know what I mean, while we over there talking, man. So lined a lot of things up, man. Looking forward to tomorrow, you know, postseason. My Giants is finally back. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't too happy.
Man. Yeah.
We know you're not happy over there.
You sent me that message on Instagram, man. I was about to delete you in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Ransom because he killed that Giants intro, by the way. But, you know, it is what it is, man. But other than that, man, the week was great, man. Can't wait for tonight, man. You know, we got our launch party. Launching out. You know what I mean? We kind of big out here in these streets. What you think, man? We got a launch party. Talk about it, man.
We working, man. We working. We got a lot of special things coming for y'all this off season. What is new pod, no off season. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep y'all in tune with everything. You know what I mean? The season is picking up, all stars coming up, you know, a lot going on. So NFL playoffs. So we got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah. And we definitely got a lot to talk about tonight. You know, I stirred up an interesting conversation yesterday, man. And you know me, I like, you know, throwing things out there, see what it returns. And it was an interesting conversation, but everybody kept looking at it in a negative light. And I'm like, why? Why is everybody looking at this so negative? Is it because they just don't want to believe that something like what I spoke about can happen? Or they just saying that I'm just bugging them in la fantasy land? But, you know, I want to talk about it a little bit today. I got my man 3 here, man. You know, 3 be taking this basketball thing very serious, man. So I want to have a serious conversation with some of the foolery I did yesterday, but I want to really, really go in detail on why I mentioned what I mentioned, man. You know what I mean? And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I was bringing up a point about the Knicks, right? And y'all know that that's my team. Right now, the Knicks have this is the first time in a long time that the team has had draft picks, young players, decent players that you can call a star. They got 2 borderline all-stars on the roster now, but they just don't have a closer and a finisher. So on our Knicks show every Tuesday, I kill the Knicks. It's a Knicks show, but I kill the team and I call a spade a spade. I call it the way I see it. And I just feel like they're at a point where they're going to be basically running on a treadmill or on a hamster wheel. You know what I mean? Like, we got decent players, but we don't have a closer. We'll never be able to compete with any of these teams in the East that's up top until we get somebody like that, right? So I looked across the league. We missed out on Donovan Mitchell. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We missed out on him. Can't cry over spilt milk. We also missed out on DeMar DeRozan, I think a couple years before that. He actually wanted to come here. They just never offered him the bag, and he went to Chicago. We just ended up missing out on a lot of different people that could have possibly helped the team now. So one name that I brought up, and everybody's like, oh, you're crazy, was LeBron James. And 3, as soon as I did it, your man 3 sent me the emoji face. I mean, the meme face was stringing like, this nigga can't be serious. Like, so 3, what was so outlandish about that take of the Knicks going after somebody like LeBron?
I mean, in general, I just think to me, it's fool's gold right now. Like, LeBron is probably rumors are he may demand a trade, he may not. You know, he think he wasting his last few years if he can't contend for a chip. But if you're in position, are you going to mortgage your future for 2 more years of prime LeBron? Like, I think you would have to have another star or 2 around that already. I don't think, you add LeBron and he can carry the load. He's showing you that he can now.
Oh, that's a fact. Like, you know what I mean? When I brought it up, I knew what entailed with that. We're only going to get probably about 2, maybe 3 decent years out of him, right? But it ain't about him leading the team, right? It's about him demanding that respect from other teams where he can take the pressure off of the guys that we already have, like the Julius Randles, like the Jalen Brunsons. He could teach these guys how to close, how to win. I'm looking at it from a wisdom standpoint of bringing him in. And the fact that the team done stockpiled so many draft picks, we have too many to even carry on this roster. We got 11 first-round picks over the next 7 years. We got a bunch of young players right now that a coach that we have can't even play these guys. So what's the sense of holding on to all of those picks for what? Right now, the market is dried up. Donovan Mitchell was the only hope of getting somebody that was young that could have probably came here and excited the fan base. That's out the window now. Go ahead, 3.
Yeah, the not pulling the trigger on the Donovan Mitchell trade probably set the Knicks back another 5 to 10 years. Probably did, because why not? Like, he already showed you that he's a franchise guy. He's a cornerstone player that if you get somebody of his caliber, is putting your team on a trajectory to compete. You just got to get somebody else who is on his level or just as good. You know what I mean? And he showed you that. So why they didn't want to give up an extra draft pick, I believe it was.
Yes, it was definitely an extra draft.
I really don't understand that logic. Whereas, like, I guess they thought Utah was bluffing.
Yes.
So they were trying to get more out of him. But this ain't a hot take. Realistically, I think for the Knicks to even get back in the discussion, I think somebody's going to have to walk there via free agency. I don't think that they're going to get a cornerstone franchise guy via trade. And that's got a lot to do with Dolan, and it got a lot to do with that front office. But realistically, I think that Trae Young is a guy that would fit the Knicks, and he would come to New York, and he would be a guy that you could not really build around, but get other guys to follow him there.
Got you. Now he is somebody that I thought about, but I'm like, we got Jalen Brunson already. Like, how would that work? We gonna have both of them in the backcourt together?
Nah, man. See you, Jalen. Like, what are we talking about? Jalen Brunson's a solid player. You know what I mean? So you have guys that they're borderline all-stars, or they putting up all-star numbers on a Knick team. If would Jalen Brunson go to any other team and be an all-star or be a boy? I don't believe so. You know what I mean? So I think that Trae Young, I mean, what are we saying? Trae Young, Jalen Brunson? No, if they say give me Jalen Brunson and whoever for Trae Young, we gotta really consider that. You're that high on Brunson?
I like him. I ain't gonna front three. I like him. I ain't gonna say I will take him over Trae Young now, but I like the fact that he's putting up solid numbers. Like, he's putting up solid numbers. He's carrying the team. What do you have? 40 the other night against Milwaukee, and then we lost that game. So it's like he's giving us what we haven't had in years, but it's just not equating to wins. It's not turning into wins. And it's like, damn, well, what is it? We don't have that go-to guy, man, that can demand a double team at any given point in time in the game. And even though LeBron is 38, he still gives that. You know what I mean? He still brings that. I think that his presence on this team with the core of players that they have now, without them having to touch their core, because they don't got to give up the farm for LeBron. I mean, they're going to have to give up a couple of young pieces, which they can afford. They're not playing Cam Reddish right now, and I hate to say this. They're not playing my man Obi Toppin right now. It don't seem like they even trying to put him in the mix.
Is Obi hurt?
He was hurt, and he came back, and, Tibbs still ain't found a way to get him back into the rotation. So they have young pieces that they can put in the trade without having to gut their whole future. They can still keep R.J. Barrett. They can still probably keep Brunson, Julius Randle. They don't got to match salaries because they're not over the salary cap. You know what I mean? So, and the only holdup in a deal like that, because I did my research, it'll take until February the 13th for that to actually become a reality, if they was to even entertain that, because LeBron had to be on the team a certain amount of time before they could even entertain trading him or whatever the case may be. And he got a no trade clause. So it's a lot that has to happen. And I also looked at it from the standpoint of, he also threw out there that he wanted to play with his son. The Knicks have, like I said again, they got so many draft picks. They got the opportunity. He's not a first rounder at all. The Knicks got late first round picks, early second round picks. They can play politics and snatch up a Bronny James. You know what I'm saying? New York is a big market. Why wouldn't he want his son in the biggest market? You know what I'm saying? He'll get all type of endorsement deals. The spotlight will be on him. And for LeBron, coming from L.A. to New York, he could plant his roots here now and be just as big. He could fly back and forth to L.A. to New York in a private jet with no problem if he got to really go out there, do shoots for his shop and all that other stuff. So I just looked at it from that standpoint. Like, it's not about LeBron coming to save the Knicks. It's just about him coming here, helping bring them to another level for a couple of years, because you know what's going to happen. Once he comes here, everybody and their mother going to be doing 1 year deals. 1 year deals.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Really? You think that's over with?
Nah, that been over.
Yeah?
Dudes ain't running to go play with LeBron, man.
Who they playing with now then?
I mean, they chasing their bag. They getting their money. I mean, the days of people running to go play with LeBron, that been over. You know what I mean? Like, when the last time it happened? Guys are not running to go play with LeBron because they see the effects of it afterwards.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't even get a job after that.
Shout out to my man Melo.
You know,
and that's another factor.
Guys are not running to play. I'm not in I'm low on the LeBron sweepstakes. Like, the stock is low. Like, he's still good at this age, but I'm not mortgaging my future, or I'm not giving up a future all-star to have LeBron for a solid LeBron for 2 years, unless I'm knocking at the door. If I'm like Phoenix and the Lakers say, give us 2 future first rounders and Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson. Yeah, I do it.
You said Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson?
Yeah, I do it. If I'm Phoenix, you know what I mean? If I'm the Lakers, I might consider it, because those are two what the league is built around. Wing players, 6'7", 6'8", could defend and shoot the three.
Yeah.
And if they give you 2 first rounders, you in there. And if you're Phoenix, you do it because you got Devin Booker, he's still young. However, he's been in the league for some time now, and you see them injuries is starting to hit him. That mileage is getting up there. Chris Paul is on his way out. So you know what I mean? You would do that if you're Phoenix.
Yep. And that was another factor. Like you said, 2 names you just mentioned. They always said they wanted to play together. Melo, Chris Paul, and LeBron. Chris Paul, it'll be like this, right? Every Knicks team that ever went to the finals, this is history of the Knicks, right? Every Knicks team that ever went to the NBA finals had veteran leadership, or even.
He drawing up the play. I don't mean to
I
cut
was
you
just saying,
off. In a perfect world, this is what Stills is drawing up right now.
Go ahead, 3.
He's envisioning LeBron coming over to the Knicks, them signing Melo, and Chris Paul eventually being over here with him.
You don't think that's realistic?
Not understanding that who's the young stud that's gonna be the guy?
Julius Randle.
Next topic.
I mean, come on, 3. Come on, 3. The man is having better numbers than his All-Star season. You can't deny that.
He definitely needs another player. Like, he needs another complimentary player, because everything on him, he can't do it.
This is what I'm saying. So 3, you play ball at a high level. How do you get nice?
What do you mean?
Do you get nice playing with dudes that's
no. I'm not down on Julius Randle. I just see the thing is, I believe that he's a good, solid player. I just don't believe that he's one of those guys. I don't think that he's up there. We talking about cornerstone guys. I just think that he's a very good player. I don't think he's a corner. I don't have him in there with the young guys that I think are elite. I don't think Julius Randle is elite. Like, he'll have 41 game, and then the next game he got 14.
But that's my point. When you putting guys around him with leadership like a CP3 or like a LeBron, they can help him hone his game into that. He's still young. He's still in his 20s.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it from that standpoint.
I get that, but I don't think nobody on the Knicks roster is somebody that they say, oh, we got to keep him if we're going to eventually contend one day. I don't see that.
Yeah, we kind of stuck.
I just don't see that. You know what I mean? Like, look at Bradley Beal. He's been in All-Star. He's been in Washington forever. You know, to me, I think he's still putting them numbers, but to me, it's like he got his bag and like he's really having a down year, and I think he's going to end up going somewhere else, and the door might be closed. But what can you say to a guy? What he get up? What he got? 200?
Yeah, he got like 225.
That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, guys are cashing out, still making All-Star teams, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Titles, you need more than one nice guy. And
that's a fact.
Today's 30 in the league ain't yesterday's 30.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You can have a guy get 30, 40 and still lose.
That's a fact.
That's how high profile, high octane of offense is in today's game.
Speaking of 30, you watched the Laker game last night?
Nah, man, I don't be staying up for no Laker game.
Yo, you missed the show, kid. My man Luka
Dawn went crazy.
Luka Doncic went bananas with a 30-point triple-double. But then here's the thing, right? And I give 3 his credit because he says this all the time. Yo, Luka Doncic holds the ball too much. He dominates the ball too much. So this is the same thing Barkley, Shaq, and all of them were saying last night. That being said, they still winning. Nobody has done anything to shut him down yet. He holds the ball a lot. Yes, he does a lot with the ball, but he's efficient. He's having triple doubles. He's scoring whenever he wants to, and he's just dominating the game. So why can't they take him out of his zone if it's only him dominating the ball?
Because in today's game, it's made for the guy with that skill set to get off. That's why, with the way the rules are, the way you could play, like nobody like Luka, Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, nobody's stopping those guys. You just gotta hope those guys have an off night. Like, you're not stopping those guys. The thing is, can Luka do that and sustain it through 4 rounds of the playoffs when a team can design their defense to stop you and you playing the same team every other night? That's the question. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody questioning, can he do it? My question is, can he be elite with another elite player next to him? Because all great players can't play with other great players.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? James Harden had, like, look at, name the teammates that Russell Westbrook has had. Would you say, and I always have this debate, Russell Westbrook has played with more All-Stars and Hall of Famers than Chris Paul as a point guard?
That's a fact.
So
he played with KD, played with James Harden.
Who's the best player Chris Paul has ever played with?
Damn, I don't want to even say Harden, but between Harden and Devin Booker.
Exactly.
Wow.
Played with Harden and Devin Booker, and he got to both of them late.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook done played with Melo, now LeBron, KD, James Harden, Serge Ibaka.
Yeah.
Like he's played with.
I'll let you slide that Surge one in.
No. That was a solid team. That was a championship team.
Yeah. They
was a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
He played with Paul George as well. So that's you know what I'm saying. You give Chris Paul any two of those guys, they contending or they winning.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
a fact.
All great players. So if you give Luka one of these guys, he got to prove to us that he can sacrifice some of his game in order to win, because now we might not need 30, 20 or 30, 15 and 10. We might need you to get 25, 12 assists and 9 rebounds.
But I think he can play off ball though.
He
does.
Because
he got a jump shot. Even though he's holding the ball now, he's not playing off the ball. But I think he can play off the ball.
I think he can play off ball too in the post. But this is the thing.
Sure.
This is the thing.
What about the wing?
What teams are really playing through the post in the NBA? Nobody.
Well, I think Jason Kidd will figure that out. Jason Kidd a good coach.
And Luka could play the wing. You can't say he can't play the wing. He's just not quick enough, but he can shoot. And
this is the thing. This is my only reservation with that, is that it's hard to tell a guy who's that great with the ball in his hands to go spot up and wait for it. That's a hard thing to do.
That's
to
a fact.
A guy that's that good with the ball, that can always make something happen, to go spot up and wait for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes a guy can't adjust to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was what James Harden should have done at times when he got paired with Chris Paul, but he didn't want to do that.
That was hard.
He wanted Chris to go wait for it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was a hard one though.
But this is what I'm saying. When he came in the league, he was doing that. He was scoring off of pin downs. He was running the floor, James Harden. He was doing all of that. But once he got to Mike D'Antoni and that inflated offense and it boosted his numbers, so he became a point guard on steroids.
That's a fact.
He wanted the ball all the time. So now you got to kind of work for everything.
Yeah.
Like, I like James Harden, but the way he plays at that position, he's not going to win unless he just says, I'm going to pass first and I'm going to get my offense when need be. And he's been doing it as of late. And he's with a Joel Embiid who can carry the offensive load. I just think he had a hard time doing it with another backcourt player or another wing player.
Yeah, I don't know how they thought that was going to work in Brooklyn with him and Kyrie. That was insane.
The amount of money I won off of betting against those boys when they got together. Because people see names and they automatically think it's going to work. But unless you like really been around the game or played the game, know that it don't matter. All the nice guys on one team. It don't matter. They got to be able to play together.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I done seen super teams in the summertime come with all these names get blown out by that one team that's structured. Everybody know they roll.
Somebody said something interesting to me. They said the perfect the running mate for Luka is Dame. Luka and Dame.
That's another
because Dame could play off the ball.
He married to Portland. He said he ain't going nowhere, which is crazy to me. I don't understand. I get it, but I don't understand it. Like, why would you marry yourself to that organization? Like, they not going nowhere. You know what I mean? But that do make sense though.
I don't think Luka needs a elite backcourt mate. I think he needs an elite front court player to play with. Like him and
Jalen Brunson was perfect for him.
Yeah, because Jalen Brunson doesn't have to demand a rock and have to hold it for too long. So he was just like a combo guard that could take some of the dribbling responsibilities off of Luka at times.
Yeah.
But I think the perfect running mate in the backcourt with Luka is somebody who could defend and catch and shoot at a high level and be able to go get theirs off the dribble at times.
Is that a Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
A Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody of that fiber, a Jaylen Brown, a Devin Booker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that's
a healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, Paul George.
Oh, Paul George.
Wing, you know what I mean? An elite wing or a big. I think him and Cat would be good together.
Karl Anthony Towns, man, he's injury prone too.
No, I'm just throwing names out there that like I think even him, if AD could stay healthy, him and Luka, you know what I'm saying? Because I just think that he needs somebody else that can be dominant offensively.
Yeah.
He's never played with another dominant offensive player. Porzingis wasn't dominant offensively.
That's why they got him up out of there. Like, he thought he was too nice. Like, man, get your ass up out of here. That's why the Knicks got rid of that dude too, man. He thought he was too nice. Like, you all right, man. You okay. You know what I mean?
He's all right, but he's not ill.
Nah, hell no, he's all right, but he's not ill. Jokic is that deal though. That boy different too, and he's a center, putting up triple doubles on a nightly basis, bringing the ball up the court. I don't know, man. Them international players, man, they catching up. Man. I know we don't want to hear it here, but they catching up. Man.
They catching up. They've been caught up.
They've been caught up and surpassed us.
I don't think. Nah, I'm not going that far. They ain't surpassed us. That's why we still winning the gold and we still winning the finals. They ain't passed us yet. So for as much as they want to say they caught up, we still run the game.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, it's going to take an all-world team to beat the U.S., man. All of them put together. You know what I mean? Word up, man. So, shout out to Cash Flow Harlem, man. I saw something on the net. I'm pretty sure y'all saw it too, man. It was kind of disturbing, man. And I just wanted to kind of get you guys' point of view on it because, we always talk some serious stuff on these shows sometimes too, man. So, a father allegedly kicked his wife out in front of the kids because she questioned him about coming home late. I don't know if y'all saw the video.
I saw it.
You saw that? You saw the video, Jay?
That one.
So pretty much it was a father kicking his whole family out pretty much because his wife asked him, why is he coming home so late? In front of the kids, took the clothes, everything, threw it all outside in front of kids. You know what I'm saying? Cursing his wife out, all that, slammed the door on, all types of stuff like that, man. I just felt like, damn, this is what we doing now? Like, and somebody was recording it. On top of that, you know what I mean? But this is where we are as a society now, man. And I just felt like, damn, man, I could never imagine me going through that much problems with my, if I was in that position with my son's mother to the point where I would throw her out in front of my kid. You know what I mean? What did you think about that when you saw that, 3? Like, did that bother you, or you just was like, well, hey, man, this is the times we in today?
I thought it was kind of disturbing. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really bother me. I just was like, yo, this is wild. You know what I mean? But we don't know. It's never a good thing. Like, you're supposed to protect your family, your kids especially. So you're not supposed to put your woman and your kids out. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's been going on. Like, this could have been something that's been brewing for a while. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know that much.
Yeah,
so
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Just from looking at the video, it's like, you out of pocket, homie. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like, that's those are your kids. So you put out on the street, you basically putting them out on the street.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I mean? We don't know if it could have been well, if I'm leaving, I'm taking my kids with me. It could have been one of those situations. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I didn't look at it that way either.
We don't really know the whole story. We just kind of seen that part. So
yeah,
I mean, it's unfortunate. Man. But it's hard when you don't know the whole story and you speaking on what somebody's life or what they're going through in a relationship, that's particularly true. Because it's a lot of shit that plays into that, because it could have, like I said, it could have been something that could have been going on for a while.
That's a whole
and
fact.
It just came to a head and it blew over, and that we only seeing the end result of it.
That's a fact. Jay, what you think about that, man? Would you ever get to that point if you had kids and all that?
Nah, I can't. That's uncivilized, man.
God don't do say that, it again, man. Almighty.
That's uncivilized, man. Guys don't do that. And you heard about Robert Creighton too, the actor. He was in Ant-Man and Ballers. Robert Creighton. And
okay.
He shot himself today, and he killed his family first, and then he shot himself. He had mental issues too.
And he was an actor. Well, I mean, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, definitely. So rest in peace to him and his family, and condolences go out there. So
yeah, man, that's wild, man. Just seeing that, man. But like 3 said, you never know what could have happened. But I mean, how you not thinking about these kids, man? That could scar a kid for life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially if it's a young girl, seeing her moms get thrown out by a dad. Like, that's the father is always the baby girl's first love. You know what I'm saying? That can turn her cold for the rest of her life, man. And just seeing that, you know what I mean? I'm talking about he like literally was throwing clothes out like on the side, no bags, no nothing, just taking clothes out. Oh, get out of here, get the fuck out of here. Like, and I just was like, yo, I can't believe she had a baby in her arm and there was another baby on the other side just looking like, I couldn't believe it, man. It was just like, man, and again, people recording it. So that person that was recording it could have probably came like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Like intervene. But then again, nowadays you get shot for that too. So it's like,
Word.
Maybe
damned
helped
if you
out
do,
after,
damned if you did.
know?
You know what I mean? But it's just messed up, man, that, you know, this is where we at as a society today, man. I ain't saying all of us, but we amongst people that think and live like that. You know what I mean? And it's just messed up, man, because that can have an effect on my kid. You know what I'm saying? Your kids.
Yeah.
everybody.
But as a man, if it get hot in the crib, I'm leaving.
Facts.
I'm not throwing you out. I'm not throwing the kids out. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go get away from this noise right now, and we'll talk when it die down. So, he was just in his feelings, but again, we don't know how long it was going on. You know what I'm saying? But to throw your woman and the kids out, you know what I mean? He should have just went and walked that one off or go sleep in the car.
Facts. Ain't that much sunshine like sunshine in and what was that, Harlem Nights? It's like, baby, I'm not coming back home.
I'm not coming home anymore.
Word them up, like, for real. It can't be that serious, you know what I mean? For real, man. But, man, I just wanted to warm the show up, man, with something like that opening topic, man. We going to take it to a DJ JOJ Spin Cycle J. You got to get us hyped, man. We about to be in a party atmosphere in a second, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's planning on coming out to party with us tonight, man. It'll be greatly appreciated, man. Make sure you pull up, man. The number to call in tonight is 516-206-0711. No off season. Steelsdagreat 3D and DJ JOJ. Check in with us.
Hey, baby, get some bubbles over this motherfucker. Study long.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop D-O Double G, but I somehow, some way keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's and make a few ends as I breeze through 2 in the morning and the party still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do? Shit, I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. So turn off the lights and close the doors. But for what? We don't love them hoes. Yeah. So we gon' smoke an ounce to this. G's up, hoes down, while you motherfuckers bounce to this.
Rolling down the street, smoking in love, sipping on gin and gills.
Laid back.
With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Rolling down the street, smoking in love, sipping on gin and gills.
Laid back.
With my mind on my money and my money
Now
on my
back,
mind.
I got me some Seagram's gin. Everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Now this type of shit happens all the time. You gotta get yours, but fool, I gotta get mine. Everything is fine when you're listening to the D.O.G. I got the cultivating music that be captivating me. Who listens to the words that I speak as I take me a drink to the middle of the street and get to mackin' to this bitch named Shady. She used to be the homeboy's lady.
Oh, that bitch.
80 degrees when I tell that bitch, please raise up off these NUTs, cause you get none of these at ease. As I mob with the dog pound, feel the breeze. Biatch, I'm just
Rolling down the street, smoking in love, sipping on gin and gills.
laid back.
With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Rolling down the street, smoking in love, sipping on gin and gills.
Laid back.
With my mind
No off season. Come on, let's go. Hey.
Tonight's the night I get in some shit.
Yeah.
Deep cover on the incognito tip. Killing motherfuckers if I have to. Filling gaps too. Let your niggas know I'm coming at you. I guess that's part of the game. But I feel for the nigga who think he just gon' come and change things with the swiftness. So get it right with the quickness and let me handle my business. Yo, I'm on a mission and my mission won't stop until I get the nigga maxing at the top.
I hope you get his ass before he drop.
Kingpin kicking back while his workers slay his rocks. Coming up like a fat rat. Big money, big cars, big bodyguards on his back. So it's difficult to get him.
But I got the hooker with somebody who knows how to get in contact with him.
Hit him like this and like that. Let him know that I'm looking for a big fat dope sack. What is the spin? So let's rush it. If you wanna handle it tonight, we'll discuss it. On a nigga's time and a nigga's place. Take my strap just in case one of his boys recognize my face. Cause he's a shiesty motherfucker. But I gives a fuck, cause I'm going deep cover. Yeah, and you don't stop.
Cause it's 187 on an undercover car.
Yeah, and you don't stop.
Cause it's 187 on an undercover car. Creep with me as I crawl through the hood. Maniac, lunatic, call him Snoop Eastwood. Kicking dust as I bust fuck peace. And the motherfucking fuck police. You already know I give a fuck about a cop. So why in the fuck would you think that it would stop? Plot, yeah, that's what we's about to do. Take your ass on a mission with the boys in blue. Dre,
What up, Snoop?
yo, I got the feeling. Tonight's the night like Betty Wright, and I'm chillin', killing, feeling, no remorse, yeah. So let's go straight to the motherfucking source and see what we can find. Crooked ass cops that be getting niggas a gang of time, and now they wanna make a deal with me. Scoop me up and put me on their team and chill with me. And make my pockets bigger. They wanna be going tonight at 7 o'clock.
What's up,
Nigga, what you wanna do?
What you wanna do?
I got the game, jealousy in my mother.
When we come around. Stronger than ever. Back to get wrecked. All respect to those who break their neck to keep their hopes in check, as though they sweat a brother majorly. And I don't know why your girl keeps paging me to tell me that she needs me. Cries when she leaves me, and every time she sees me, she squeeze me. Lady, take it easy. Hate to sound sleazy, but tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. Hey yo, bust it. Baby got a problem saying bye-bye. Just another hazard of a fly guy. Your ass wide don't matter. My pockets got fatter. Now everybody's looking for the ladder. And ain't no need in being greedy. You wanna see me, try to keep a number, baby, when you need it. And I'll be there in a don't be picky, just be happy with this quick, yeah. But when you learn, you can't time it down, baby doll. Check it out.
Love you, babe. Love you, babe. Oh, baby.
Where my sexy ladies at? Come on, let's go.
Chapter 2.
No off season. Hey, come on, let's go.
Can you rock with me? Oh, baby. Not stopping me. Can you take it to the top of me? I just wanna love you, baby. Always thinking love you, baby. Can you roll with me? Oh, baby. All over me. Can you take control of me? I just wanna love you, baby. Always thinking of you, baby. I think I like how your body feels next to me. Oh, baby, when you're kissing me. Oh, baby, when you're loving me. I can't describe what I want to do to you tonight. Oh, baby, when you come to me, I'll make it so you never leave. Can you come with me? Oh, baby, not stopping me. Just take it to the top of me. I just wanna love you, baby. Always thinking of you, baby. Oh, baby, all over me, over me. I just wanna love you, baby. Always thinking of you. Try my best to be good to you, but you're never around when I'm in the mood. I'm getting tired of being tired of your ways. You haven't come home or even talked today. And you don't know the pain when I'm feeling alone. I'm calling out your name when you're not even home. And I need you with me, babe. Can't see you leaving me, babe. 'Cause I don't know other road I would go. And I hope the feelings change. Come bring your loving back to me, so I can give you all you need and much more. Oh, I'm sitting home waiting for you. Waiting.
Gotta put me in the box. Listen. I'ma take you 10 rounds like a boxer, baby. Show you how I put down what rocks a lady. I'ma take you 10 rounds like a boxer, baby. Show you how I put down what rocks a lady. I'ma take you 10 rounds like a boxer, baby. Show you how I put down what rocks a lady. Promise you're asking when I'm done for more. I'ma switch it up and make life comfortable. I'ma be the reason you're not sleeping, baby. I'ma invade the thoughts you keeping, baby. If you're still not convinced, I'll tell you more. Make you forget the way you felt before. Oh, I could be your wake-up reason daily. You could be my first and leading lady. I'ma make you happy that you waited for me to settle down. Oh, I'm ready and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm tired of the game, already played it. I'm over all the mother girls I dated. I tell you what you are, you're my diamond girl. You're the one I put the rock on. You're my diamond girl. You're the one that I quit the game for. You're my diamond girl. You're the one I put the rock on. You're my diamond girl. You're the reason I quit the game for.
Baby, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time, and I gave you my all. Now, baby,
We on time, no off season, man. Every Friday it goes down, man, 8 to 10 p.m.
but I'm always on time.
After this, we at Sapphire Lounge, man, 102 Rockaway Boulevard. Let's go. Rockaway Avenue, come on.
Only get a piece of this late night lover, you know, the one that swing dick like no other. I know I got a lot of things I need to explain, but baby, you know the name, and love is about pain. So stop the complaints and drop the order of restraints. Our sex life's a game, so back me down to the pain. I can't wait no more. This is about 3:15, and sure days I me. I got the Bentley Ballet, and I'm just outside of Jersey, past the Palisades, and I love to see that ass in boots and shades. Pull down on the bed while I'm yanking your braid. Thug style, you never thought I'd make you smile while I'm smacking your ass and fucking you all wild. We share something so rare, but who cares? You can.
New York to the heart, but got love for all. Line die in the fire where I learned the ball. New York to the heart, but got love for all. Line die in the New York to the heart, but got love for all. Line die in the fire where I learned the ball. Uptown is the place where I lay my dome. On the streets of the Bronx where my family roam. Oh damn it, we home. Peter got a player haters can feel the flame for my heater. I never really liked to play a fool like that, but I love to succeed. See foes fall flat, splat like deja vu. And I got another clip down a deja crew. I said pissed out, Don P, Mo with the pissed out. Just cause I'm pissy don't mean you should miss out. Keep them in the 50s and hundreds all the range. Anything less than that, you keep the change. Not filthy rich, but I'm barely broke. Blessed with flows that keep it hooked like dope. Friends call me guns, sons call me tripe. Cause I'm quick to slide off and slide this up in your wife, and that's life. You should learn how to treat her. I guarantee Peter knows how to. The end is in the Bronx, call me Lex, cause I push a Lex and I rock a Rolex and I lounge on Lex and I love sex and I wait on set that be trying to flex like Dex. God rest your soul, but when you're playing cards with guns, it ain't no time to fold. Ho, New York dudes got crazy game, but out of town, it's all the same. Brooklyn, crazy loot. That's because when it's beat, they ain't scared to shoot. Harlem know how to play. Mac the 600 getting crazy pay. Cause out of Queens got no lock. Strapped with the running up in your spot.
But if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby. We gets down, baby. I'm for the crown, baby.
Now if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap probably never would be going on. So tell me where you from.
Uptown, baby. We gets down,
Whoa.
Take you to the candy shop. One more taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got.
Come on,
Going till you hit the spot.
you can have it your way. How do you want it? You gon' back that thing up, or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, let's go to the next level. Dance floor jam-packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby, it's simple. If you be an info, I'll be an info. In the hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park, it's whatever you into. Got the magic stick, I'm the love doctor. How your friends teasing you about how I sprung, I got you. Wanna show me you can work it, baby? No problem, get on top, then get to bounce around like a low rider. I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to this shit. After you work up a sweat, you can play with the stick. I'm trying to explain, baby, the best way I can. I'm melting in your mouth, girl, not in your hand.
Take you to the candy shop. I let you lick a lollipop.
Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot.
Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit. A little bit. Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit. A little Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Get it cracking in the club when you hear the shit. Drop it like it's hot, get the work in that back. Girl, shake that thing. You work, you see it go up and down. Rotate that thing. I wanna touch that thing when you make it go round and round. Step up in the club, I'm like, who you with? See unit in the house, yeah, that's my clique. Yeah, I'm young, but a nigga from the old school. On the dance floor, a nigga doing old moves. I don't give a fuck, I do what I want to. I hit your ass up, boy, I don't want you. Better listen when I talk, nigga, don't trip. Yo, heat in the car, mine's in this bitch. I ain't tryna beef, I'm tryna get my drink on. Now my diamonds, my fitted, and my mink on. I'ma kick it at the bar till it's time to go. Then I'ma get shorty here and I'ma let her know.
Hot, here we go again. Light as a rock, hard as a this not for blocks through hard tops in the parking lots where my rock like the spark a lot. My style speak for itself like a wrestler. Another notch under my belt. Yo, it's the real home treasurer, the UNO competitor. I'm 10 steps ahead of ya. I'm a leader. Yeah, I'm some following. Coming in this game on some modeling. Just get stuck, just to get to the top. I put 100%. Every line I drop. Just the Q to the B with the MOBB. Queensbridge, Brooklyn, and with D-double-E-P. Whoa, y'all wish I lived the life I live. Hey, yo, Prodigy, tell them what this is, done. Yo.
Myth Bleak be loving that la la la. Beanie Siegel always loving that la la la. Neptune track smoke like la la la. It's the rock. Myth Bleak. Myth Bleak. Myth Bleak loving. Myth Bleak loving that la la. Beanie Siegel's loving that la la. Neptune smoke like la la la. It's the rock, baby, sing I love. Come on, excuse me, miss. You should come hang with me. Basically, hold up, skip all the singing, let's get right tonight. I know my English ain't as mine as you like, but come get some, you little bums. I take the cake from under the baker's thumb. I bake the cake, get 2 of them for 1. Then I move the weight like I'm Oprah's son. I show you how to do this, son. Young, no mess with chicks and Burberry patterns. Fake Manolo boo straight from Steve Madden. He patterns himself to rap JFK. You wanna pass for my Jacqueline on asses? Then hop, yeah, thought that S-class. Lay back in that Maybach roller best. I ask, have you in your long-legged life ever seen a watch surrounded by this much pink ice? Look but don't touch, young scrapper, think twice. Cause the gat that I clutch got a little red light. Need a light to light that la la la. Beanie Siegel always loving that la la la. Myth Bleak always loving that la la la. It's the rock, mommy sing I lullaby. Come on, excuse me, miss. You should come hang with me. Basically, hold up, skip all the singing.
What? Niggas in the front, where you at? Say what? Niggas in the back, where you at? Say what? Everybody in the place, come on, if you want to say what? Niggas in the front, where you at? Say what? Niggas in the back, where you at? Say what? Everybody in the place, come on, if you want to say what?
If you wanna bounce, fall if you wanna ride, play if you wanna play, floss if you wanna flow. It's alright, you heard? It's alright, holla back, we get ill if you wanna ill, smoke if you wanna smoke, kill if you wanna kill, low if you wanna low. It's alright, you heard? It's alright, yeah, back. I need a hoe in my life up, blowing my dice so we can make our point twice and skate out of town. I need that, glow in my ice, E-class, ladies screaming jigger, you know we needs that, blowing our life, G's ass.
They ain't seeing me holding the mic, so in your life you find MCs so impolite and me, I'm so in the nice. Got cats on the corner nice. Don't me and Jigga be flowing alike? Nah, not in your life, ain't nobody popping like Mr. Jay-Z. Shit, you crazy? I'm hot like the 6 Navy. Deep ditch with the gray sea. I flow greater than your navigator. I drive through your town, block the data. Chances are I'm coming through with a hot pair of gators. And a crew with rocks the size of craters. Can't be touched like hot potato. You heard? Now we can bounce if you wanna bounce. Ball if you wanna ball. Play if you wanna play. Floss if you wanna floss. It's alright. You heard? It's alright. Holla back. We can ill if you wanna ill. Smoke if you wanna smoke. Kill if you wanna kill. Lope if you wanna lope. It's alright. You heard? It's alright. Holla back.
In the middle of a war, rocking the vest. Who's the illest shorty alive? I confess, I take lives to the chest, and I swear to the heaven skies, I bless the mics until the day I rest. To make you feel what I feel, I'ma try my best. And if you real like I real, you can provide the rest. Everything left out, you can blame it on the brain, not the heart. I'm playing my part, stressed out, just about the best out. Any nigga realer than me is in a mess hall with their chest out. Any rapper with less clout, sell more records than me, we extort them as soon as they record them. Blink, I made this clear. Back when the shorty used to braid my hair on the
Back to live action. Shout out to DJ JOJ for that spin cycle. Word 3, man. We're gonna get to it, man. We come back to NBA, some NBA action, man. We're gonna give you some scores and updates for tonight's action. Julius Randle just disrespected somebody on Washington, D.C. Dunked all in his face and disrespected him. But we're gonna give you the scores for tonight's games. You know, so far, how we looking? Shout out to all my bettors out there, too. Word 3, talk to the people.
We're going to run it down right now into the third quarter. The Pelicans lead the Pistons 92-83. The Hawks are over the Pacers 82-81. The Knicks and the Wizards are in a tight one with the Knicks up 80-78 going into the fourth quarter. The Warriors are beating the Spurs 80-74. The Bulls and the Thunder 52-48 Thunder. Suns, Timberwolves 55 for the Timberwolves, 43 for the Suns. We have some late games in action tonight. The Nuggets and the Clippers, the Magic and the Jazz, and the Rockets and the Kings. For all my DraftKings fans, get on your jaw, hit them parlays.
Shout out to everybody on a parlay tip. Some good parlays tomorrow. You know what I mean? Shout out to my Giants out here. We about to probably move on from the first round. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay. I see the envy in your eyes. I see the envy in your eyes.
It's not the green from the Jets neither. It's definitely some envy right
Hey,
here, man.
I think it's a Jet helmet behind the booth somewhere. We can't see it anymore. You know what I mean?
We got to move that to the front.
Yeah, word the mother, man. For real, man. But like I said, man, we're gonna get to some hip hop right now, man. You know, it's a lot of drama out here going on, man. And you know, Keith Murray been doing the most as of late. You know what I mean?
I'm loving it too.
And you loving it?
Hell yeah,
So
it's mad juicy, man.
Go ahead, Jay. Tell me why you love
it. Especially when he at with it. It's definitely juicy.
But did y'all see what Saigon said, that the whole shit is staged? Like
it is?
Nah.
That's what he said. He said Keith Murray said, like, watch how easily I get these people to believe whatever I say and start a commotion.
Nah, it can't be, because he'll get sued for that, because he's spread that out online. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I believe you, but so who's lying, Saigon or Keith? So is it some
he
of
said
it
something
true?
about Saigon too? I ain't hear it.
Nah. Saigon just came out and was like, "Yo, Keith Murray got y'all," because he told me that he was going, do some clickbait shit and get all y'all in the uproar.
Get out of here, man.
I mean, I read that somewhere. I don't know how true it is. You know, the internet.
Yeah, the internet is undefeated.
You literally
man.
got to go comb through all that shit to find out what's real and what's not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Before we move on, the situation with the kid Big Scar from Memphis that was signed
to Talk about that.
That was signed to Gucci, and he passed away to accidental drug overdose.
Yeah.
And then you have family members online bashing Gucci about he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't pay for the funeral and things of that nature. When then Gucci's wife proceeded to show receipts that they paid the funeral home $10K. Atlantic Records gave another $10K. They sent flowers, everything. And then I believe it was his brother and his sister. Then Gucci, they said Gucci was asking for the 1017 chains back. And
That was tacky.
They were saying that well, I mean, I understand it from a certain perspective because exactly what he thought would happen happened. The kid who is supposedly this guy's brother, the younger brother, he shot a music video at the funeral.
What?
Absolutely.
Oh,
he shot a music. He shot a music
Are you
video.
serious?
He shot a music video at the funeral, and he had both 1017 chains on. So I understand why Gucci is saying, let me get that back, because y'all could go out and run around with it on, and y'all not 1017, and as well, an enemy of mine can purchase them from you, and
that's a
you know what I mean. So
wow.
I understand it from that point. But however, this goes back to something I had a conversation with somebody last week. Nobody's obligated to bury you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like,
that's a fact.
Whether if you don't have an agreement in place, whether it's your employer, a family member that you're cool with, nobody's obligated to bury you.
That's a whole
You know
fact.
what I mean? And I think the problem was y'all wanted Gucci to send y'all cash, but they just cut a check to the funeral home.
Yeah, 10,000.
But y'all wanted the money.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So it show what your intentions are. Because if somebody say, yo, if I say JOJ, I need assistance with burying my loved one, and JOJ say, yo, 3, I got you, and he pays the funeral home directly $10,000, and I get mad at Jay like, yo, why you just give me the bread?
Yeah.
He gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, bro, I paid the funeral home already. Like,
why you mad?
Why you mad?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted money. You wanted me to give you money.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with people, man. Like, we gotta understand, man, life insurance exists. It's a real thing.
Facts.
Nobody's obligated to bury you. And you just gotta understand that. Like, if somebody does something out of the kindness of their heart, accept it. No matter how small or how big it is, because they're not obligated to do that.
No question.
So I just thought that was real tasteless. It was tacky. And I'm glad that the young man's father came out and spoke up and said that Gucci did look out, and Atlantic Records did look out, and
yes,
he not gonna let them slander them and throw them and say that they didn't do X, Y, and Z. And the kid's brother who shot the music video, he later apologized in a post saying that he was kind of out of pocket.
Yeah, he was out of pocket.
But disrespect is disrespect. Like, I don't like sorry tomorrow niggas. Like, don't tell me sorry tomorrow.
You're right, though. You're right.
Like, word, I'm sorry tomorrow. Word.
I'm not. Don't violate and then be sorry tomorrow. Like, nah, we're not on that type of time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Word. That's shocking though. That's sad. I didn't know all of that because I did hear them online talking about, yeah, we don't need your little funky 10,000 and all this other stuff. And then the Pops did clear everything up. But I did not know that they basically shot a music video at this funeral.
That. I didn't know it was the same thing though, but I heard about that music video. Yeah, they shot at the funeral.
Raised you?
Yeah.
Supposedly that's his brother.
Yeah, that's his brother too. Yes, yeah.
But still, brother or not, like, how you?
Yeah, respect, man.
Yeah, like what are they doing? You thinking music, and your brother just died from a drug overdose?
You trying to benefit from his death?
Word. And then you wearing the chains now. Now I understand why they wanted it back. I would want it back too, because you can't be affiliating yourself with me like you signed to me. Yeah. That was for your brother, not for you.
You don't want them bars and chains hoops back. You don't want those back, bro.
Let me get those.
You don't want those back. Like, I need those back. I need those back, man. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, hell no, you ain't getting them chains back.
And they went on social media with it quick, like, hell no. Yeah. You know you ain't getting these chains.
He in the video flexing them joints like every chance he get, he's showing them shit. Like, boy, you not signing 10-17. What are you doing?
Yeah. And I seen Gucci. What's his girl name again?
Keisha K.O.
Yeah, K.O. Yeah. They was like, well, we even did this, we even did that, and we sent flowers, and y'all didn't even say thank you. Crazy. Like, who raised these people, man? Like, it is what it is, man. It's only a rap.
Entitlement is at an all-time high.
That's a whole fact.
You know what I'm saying?
A whole fact, man. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to you, man. Shout out to 3 for that, man, because I forgot all about that, man. Word up, man. But Foxy Brown addresses Keith Murray, man. And she was on social media going ham. First, she said in a post on Instagram, that guy's hat alone should have told y'all that this story was no bueno. Like, they showed him with a hat looking crazy, goofy with some glasses. Then she said, now somebody tell dope fiend ass Murray, we want to book him for a walkthrough. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like she basically saying that he's broke and he's just looking for attention and all that. Then she said, crackhead ass Murray want to die for a lie. Like, now she's getting disrespectful, threatening to kill him and all this other stuff. And then she said, boy done effed up adding my name to that fairy tale. You know what I mean? So to me, when I first heard the story, I kind of believed Keith. You know what I mean? I believed him. I mean, I wouldn't think that he would go on air and lie. Like, one thing is, a man, you ain't supposed to go on air and lie on your manhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way that the story sounded was believable because he mentioned Corrupt, because she was with Corrupt. And like, even I think me and you three was going back and forth like, yo, how come all this stuff ain't documented and it ain't come out yet? Because back then it ain't have no Instagram like that. And they did have these industry parties where they would be at during the weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't questioning the whole Foxy thing. That could have possibly happened. You know what I mean? Even though I said I don't think no man should go air any woman out, especially years later, because you don't know where that other person is at in their life. They could be married, they have kids who are on social media, things of that nature. So you need to respect that. Like if that person may have a 14-year-old son or daughter, and you talking about something from 30 years ago, and now their moms is trending about some shit from 30 years ago because you wanted to go up there and be a chatty patty about what happened between you and a chick. Like, I think that's out of pocket. But I said the shit with Suge and Puff that he said, I don't believe that, because I don't think that could have just stayed under the rug for this long, knowing the friction that those two had.
I think somebody else confirmed that. I'm not too sure,
Really?
man. Yeah, I think somebody else confirmed that. The slap, yeah. And Jaguar White definitely confirmed Foxy Brown. She said a lot of stuff about.
Yeah, I mean, she was saying a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff.
A lot of people,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta,
she bitter though.
You got to understand those people that's been like, they feel like they ain't get what they deserve after being in that industry. They tend to do a lot of shit that, you know, they bitter. You know, I'm not saying she is, but
okay, but this is what I say again, though. If she's talking all of that defamation of character, why nobody's stepping up to actually sue her? Nobody, because she said a lot about
JOJ,
a whole bunch of
you
people.
saying a lot about taking somebody to court and suing them for defamation of character. If you ain't got nothing, what the fuck am I suing you for? And I'm way up. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, it's the same thing with it's another dude
Unless
that
you fifth.
unless you fifth on some petty shit. Like, yo, you gonna wear this? I'm gonna take whatever little bit of change you get. But if you Diddy or you Hove, like you close to a Billy or you are Billy, how are you suing somebody who has nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you wasting your time? You gonna pay more money in legal fees than by suing them. Like, you're gonna have to do that. Like, it's somebody on the internet. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but he's talking crazy. He's been talking crazy about Puff for the last 10 years, saying all kind of crazy shit about Big's death, everything.
Yes.
Puff ain't respond not once yet. I think he's gonna keep doing it until Puff responds. But Puff is never gonna respond.
Yeah, facts.
Puff's not taking him for a defamation suit because homie probably don't got what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let somebody who got it come out of pocket, you definitely like, oh, you gonna pay for this.
Yeah, that's when it get tricky because people will wait until you get up.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, matter of fact, I'm suing you because you did this, you did that.
Yeah,
and then
so,
people good for that.
Yeah, you gotta kind of weave through it and watch what, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas sitting on these platforms just talking. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because they want to trend, they want to get their bookings up. You know, everybody's talking about Keith. I bet you his streams went up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
People who didn't even know who he was. Like, this generation of kids, they hear a name and they don't know. The first thing they do is they go back check it. Or if it's a music person, they go try to check out the song. Yeah. Whether it's good or bad, it's still a stream. It's still clickbait. It is what it is. Like, I'm not saying Murray totally lying, but a lot of that shit just seemed like, you know. But like I said, Murray gonna get booked. I told y'all that.
Yeah, you right.
He got booked?
You was right. Yeah.
For what?
No, you just gonna see him on more people's platforms.
Oh yeah, definitely,
you know
definitely.
You're just gonna see him on more people's platform because that's how it is. Once people start talking about you, that's the way it go.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man, for real. So as I was driving in today, man, I'm getting hyped. You know, we got the party coming on, about to go on tonight. I was hyped, so I'm just listening to music. You know what I'm saying? Sending music, you know, like, yo, play this, play that. And as I'm listening to music, I come across Nori. and I come across his catalog. And I think that Nori has a really, really slept on catalog. I think that he got enough records. All right, so this is my question to y'all. Do you think that Nori has enough records in his catalog to do a 20 out of 20 versus battle with somebody?
Hell yeah. Me and my bro Jay had this argument.
A word?
Yeah, he was co-signing saying that Bleak will wash.
What?
And I was like,
what?
And I was
He
like,
didn't say that.
Yeah, I was like,
You should
and
take
I was
that
like,
bet.
no, it's not. I was like, it ain't happening. Like,
nah,
it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was coming from a standpoint of he probably could rock a party going in his Rockefeller bag with a lot of Bleak stuff. But I'm looking at it as if they just go head up, I think Nori got more impactful records. You know what I'm saying? As far as, that hit harder by itself and with the CNN stuff. I don't think that it would be a contest.
Yeah, fact. I was really like, I was even shocked. Like, damn, you know what? I never thought
I
of
had a
Nori.
whole playlist with it because I
was ready to really do that.
We was debating a whole lot. The argument was first Nori and Bleak, then it was Fat Joe and LL, and like three guys was like on the Fat Joe side, and I'm like,
I ain't gonna
What y'all was going at in the other studio?
So
Remember the other
once
studio?
I got them to my backyard, I had a little cookout.
Bustin' Fat Joe.
Oh, Bustin' Fat Joe.
Yeah, I had a cookout. I threw that LL on. I threw that LL playlist on. I just kept acting like I was like, are y'all niggas serious? Are y'all niggas serious?
He said,
Not happening.
I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna get him
Not
nice
happening.
and fat. Eat this food and drink this drink. And you gonna listen to this
They
LL.
even had Joe over Buster.
Nah, he wrong.
This is what I'm saying.
We had that conversation in the other room. I think I was on the Joe bandwagon that time.
Y'all bugging, man. Y'all see what happened when Joe went up with Ja?
Yeah. Ja did clean him up. Ja cleaned him up.
Ja
Cleaned him up. Ja cleaned him up. But Nori, man, what would be an interesting versus? Like, forget Bleak. Bleak ain't even in the same league as I don't even know why he brought Bleak up. But who would y'all think Nori would give an interesting battle to?
I got one.
Who's that?
Cam
and Nori?
Killer Cam?
That may be interesting.
I'm bugging?
Nah. I'm just thinking, yeah, that'll be a good one.
That would be.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
They both came out around the same time. They 98, 99 babies.
I might want to do that. I might
You know what I'm
want to
saying?
do that.
I think that's the one right there.
Word.
Because it ain't, to me, it ain't no wash either way. It's about the record you pick.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
I think Nori might get him too, though.
I think Eno will get that too, man.
That first
Cam?
album was a classic.
Don't let
His
Jay
first
hear y'all
solo.
say that.
I think, I ain't gonna lie. As I was coming in, I was on the highway, like, them horses started kicking in. I'm like, oh, this nigga Nori got some joints. And I ain't just talking about from the NORE album.
Nah.
Not even the CNN album. Like all the stuff he did on the Violator and with joints in collab with Styles P.
The Come Through record should have been a
Oh
single.
my God.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what he was thinking about with that. I would have been like, yo, Chris, this is my record, bro. We not putting this on no compilation album.
For real.
That would have been a platinum, you know what I mean? That would have took him to another level because that record was big. But they said, I think on Drink Champs, they was up there, E Nicks and them, they was saying that
Eric Nicks. Shout out to Eric Nicks.
They didn't think the record was gonna be as big as it was.
What?
Yeah, that record was crazy.
Which
that
record
still
again?
hit. The Come Through record.
Come Through. Don't worry. You won't hear it, Jay. You gonna hear it. Don't worry. I might have gave one of y'all early, but I ain't gonna say nothing though. But
Come Through record was hard.
Yeah, that record was crazy. And I was like, it made me really listen to this cat. Like, yo, he got a lot of joints. And he got a lot of joints with Pharrell. And Pharrell was like, you know what I mean, top dog at one point in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Neptunes. They were Neptunes at the time because I was one of my coworkers brought up one of his songs too. And I was like, I said Pharrell, but then when you look it up, it says Neptunes. That's when the Neptunes was together. Yeah.
It was definitely
Neptunes is Nori's the one that really like broke their sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Broke their sound with the NORE album. Like, so he broke their sound with the what record, and you know what I'm saying? All that. Like, he really broke their sound. He said Pharrell was the one that was like, yo, that's the hook.
Facts.
Nori used to say what just to count his bars.
Yes.
Pharrell was like, yo, that's the hook. That's
Yeah.
the fucking hit.
Yes. Yes.
Grimy, a hit.
Come on. And I was like, damn, I forgot about these joints. I ain't forget about them, but I ain't hear him in so long. And then we would hear him like, yo,
Yeah.
this nigga would really smash somebody in a versus, kid.
Yeah.
Because he got a lot of joint and they club records. So everybody, when they hear him, you like, oh, this nigga.
Okay, I got a hot one.
Go ahead.
Versus. And I already know that. I already know my answer. We say Cam first, Nori, and Kiss.
That's Kiss hands down.
No.
Yeah, Jay.
Kiss hands down.
No, you can't say that.
Yeah, man. We
Kiss
can.
hands
we
down.
can
All
say
right,
that.
Jace.
You know why I say that though? Because Jada Kiss albums wasn't that crazy though. He got singles with the Locks, but his albums wasn't that crazy. If you want to go album for album,
Overall, he got a better discography.
who?
Now, if we talking about adding mixtape joints and all that in there, Nori has no chance.
Yeah, Nori has no chance. Yeah.
But yeah, it's your entire catalog, and that's
Yeah.
why I said I always said, like, those guys, they really have a cheat code. Like, you got songs with Hove and Big. You know what I'm saying? You got songs with DMX.
Facts.
Like, this is top of the food chain right here.
Facts.
So it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes lived through like 3 different eras of hip hop. So
Facts.
it's different. Like, Nori had his time period. Cam had his time period. But I think a person like Jadakiss, he's been around since 98 all the way up until he's been in every time period where, like,
Facts.
he got records with X, he on Hove records, he's on, you know what I'm saying, Big. Like, I did real songs with Bigs, no made up shit.
That's a fact.
You know what
That's a
I'm saying?
fact.
So it's just gonna be a tough out. And he wrote Benjamins. Like,
That's a fact.
Was he talking at 50?
and
when
he
said
wrote
that?
Victory. A lot of you don't know Jada wrote Victory.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So I just think it's gonna be tough to beat him because, you know what I mean, his pen game and how long he been around. That's why I knew he was
Absolutely.
gonna get Fab. A lot of people thought Fab had him the same way everybody thought Dipset was gonna get the Locks. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's just different when you from that cloth. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see the Locks and G Unit, man.
Wash.
Oh, the Locks gonna watch
Yeah.
G.
Yeah, that's a wash.
No disrespect.
Word a wash.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know why?
Why?
The stage presence ain't the same.
That's the
That shit
difference.
means something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, them dudes is from a different time, man. Like, they are true MCs, so
Yeah.
they know how to command the stage. They know how to command. Their stage presence is different. Where I think G Unit with they mixtape shit and they commercial shit albums, yeah, they could go up there and play some shit, but are they gonna command the stage the way the Locks do? I'm not sure. I think the Locks are more cohesive than any of them groups because those groups are really individuals that clicked up. You
and
know
that's
what
why
I'm
they
saying?
beat Dipset the way they did.
Yeah,
Yep.
it wasn't really a group. It was like MC, like a individuals that came together as a collective.
Yeah.
Where the Locks is really a 3-man group. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
So
That's
it's
a fact.
almost like the only people I could put up there that could stand up there with them and RIP Prodigy is Mobb Deep. That's who I think would get
Against
him.
the Locks?
Yeah, I think they would have gave him a run for their money.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If P was still alive.
Yeah, if he was alive. Rest in peace to Prodigy, man. Word up, man. So I brought all of that up to say, you know, what happened to Versus? Like, it's quiet.
I thought
right
about
now.
that the
I
other
was
day
just thinking
too.
about, like, yo, what happened?
Timberland was talking on something recently where he's saying they still working out some kinks. It's still going on. But remember when that report came out that they was owed some bread? Yeah, it was a report came out that it was like 30 million that they didn't pay Timberland and Swiss. Yeah,
Get outta here.
For all of them?
No,
Or-
just that they still owed 30 million. They were supposed to pay them a lump sum up front, and then they were supposed to pay them the rest in installments.
Who versus themselves? You talking
No,
about the
Triller.
Oh,
Triller.
Triller,
I
that's
remember
right.
they
Triller
sold
took
it.
it
They
over.
sold it
Yeah.
to
Oh,
Triller.
yeah, that's right. That's
They
right.
sold it to Triller. So Triller is supposed to be paying Swiss and Timberland, but it was something about Swiss and Tim filed a lawsuit because they didn't get their money. So I guess that's the holdup. And he was just on a platform recently saying that, you know, they still working out the kinks and the wrinkles.
Damn,
in the
still
deal.
now?
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's gonna go away because it's too. If you get the right matchups, you going. It's like a pay-per-view fight. So now you gotta remember when they went to Triller, they were trying to charge people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Then they
That's
was
what-
also
that's
trying to
what-
put
yeah.
it on boxing undercards. Like Triller was doing like
They was
boxing
doing both.
matches.
They was doing the most.
both, so they was trying to do that. I think they need to just put it back the way they had it, where people could live stream and eat off the advertising.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
Eat
that's
off
what
the
happened when you get
advertising.
greedy.
That's when it was the best. Like y'all trying to monetize it extremely too
Yeah,
much.
they
Where it's
got
like
greedy.
you want me to pay you money to watch people perform old records.
Yeah,
I could just go throw the records on or make a playlist of my own.
Yeah.
Like real talk. Like
shout out to
Yeah, I
3.
get that.
you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like once they doing too much, you commercialized it where it's like, yo, leave it the way y'all had it, Instagram or Apple TV or whatever, and eat off the advertisement.
That's a
But
whole
now
fact.
they want to get an artist a big bag, so they got to get that money back.
That's a
somehow.
whole fact. That's a whole
That's a
fact.
lot of money to make up too. I don't know
Yeah,
if they're
because
gonna make
artists
that
is
up.
like artists started to say we not
Yeah.
doing it for free.
And that's what the problem is. I don't think they can
not
get people
realizing it, not realizing that it's only going to help you.
Yeah, with
Being
the
on that
streams,
platform is only going to help you. Everybody's
the artists.
everybody's numbers went up after they did verses.
Yeah, that's a
definitely,
fact.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Especially Kiss.
everybody that ever has ever been on there, their
Yeah.
numbers went up.
Yeah.
So if you owned your catalog, or if you owned your
Oh.
publishing, you
Yeah.
came up. Like Cam said, I'm still eating off the verses.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. But it was a dope idea. It was a dope concept. I hope it's still around because I think it's some matches we need to see. I didn't like the Ludacris Nelly. I think
Nah, that
you
was
know what I mean?
terrible.
I didn't like that. Really, realistically, I thought somebody like Josh should have went with T.I. or Ludacris.
Ja
think-
versus T.I.
Yeah, I think that would have been better. I think they both had
Yeah.
big commercial type records. I think they both had good street records. I think it would have been a contrast of styles,
Yeah.
and it would have been a good joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Joe just picked Ja, like he said, that was his
To
man,
show
and he
some
knew
love.
that Ja wasn't going, nobody was going to want to go with Ja.
Yeah. And he got smacked
You know what I'm
around.
saying?
Like
Because
this.
remember, initially it was supposed to be T.I. and Jeezy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then,
Hell
then
yeah.
they got Gucci last fourth quarter.
And then I ain't even like that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
even
that
like
was
that one.
that was for Atlanta. That wasn't for the world.
That's a fact.
That was for Atlanta because I was telling people like this shit is a walk.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Them
So-
mixtape Gucci joints was not hitting.
I wasn't a
You
fan
know
of
what
him
I'm
at
saying?
all.
So
I
I
ain't
mean,
listen
I
to him
knew
at
him,
all.
but I was telling him, I was like, oh, yeah, like Gucci's good. His mixtapes is class. I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
Jeezy is an era. Jeezy has his own era. From that
Yeah.
time he came out for those 2-3 years, you knew it was snow. Like it is what it is. Like
That's a
Jay-Z just
fact.
don't get on records with anybody.
Yeah. And that's
You know what I'm
what
saying?
that's what caught me off guard with him. I was like, what is Young Jeezy? Word, he
wow.
put him right. And I think Def Jam had brought him
He
in.
was Def Jam new artist because I
Mhm.
went to his listening party. He had a listening party for his first joint.
Mm.
Me and Jay pulled up there and they was playing the whole album. I was like, yo, this dude about to be out of here.
That's what's up.
And
Word. That's what's up.
He was out of here.
Shit, man.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom.
That
clap.
was that came
They
out of
led
nowhere.
with the Manny Fresh joint. And that wasn't even what his best work.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Word, man. So we're gonna take it back. Last week we did a little joint, man. We took it back to 98, man, with some heavy hitters in 98. I ain't gonna lie. The albums that was in 98, when I look at this year now, nowhere near the albums that came out in 1998. But nonetheless, albums did come out, man. So in 1999, it was an interesting year because as you look at the list, let me blow the screen up a little bit. 1999, word, right? This is Raekwon, his sophomore debut with Immobilarity, right? Everybody thinking that after Only Built for Cuban Links, Raekwon gonna come with a heavy hit project. You had Eminem drop the Slim Shady LP in 1999.
Slim Shady era.
Method Man and Redman, you know what I mean? They dropped their Blackout album. You know, Jay-Z,
Forgot about that.
the S. Carter album, Volume 3. Then you had the Chronic 2001, which is a classic. That one
it's a
right there,
classic.
you still play to this day. Then you had the Roots. You know what I mean?
That Roots was hot too.
Yeah. And you had the Nas I Am, which a lot of people had reservations about it. Is like you had a lot of commercial records or attempts at making commercial records on there. Then you had the Mos Def. This album was solid. Got black on both sides. You had Murder Music,
That Murder Music.
which was it got one of the most classic verses on this album from Kool G Rap to this day.
Oh yeah.
The Realest.
The Realest, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had X. This was, I think, his third album. Yeah, this was his third album, right?
Yeah,
Dark
that was
Hell
his
is Hot.
third. Yeah.
It's his third album. Then you had the big album that they put together, which I don't think nobody liked.
I don't even remember that.
This is what I'm seeing. That's sad. Like, you
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
crazy.
remember it. And like Kiss said, what's the line Kiss said? 3?
I got real songs with Big, no
made up shit. It's like, word, for real.
That shit was a money grab.
It was a big time money grab. Then you had Ja Rule debut album in 99.
That was his debut?
Yes.
Wow.
That was his debut album, 1999. It was a big year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had Esco dropped another album. I guess Jay was in his head. You know what I mean? 4 albums in 10 years, nigga. I can divide.
He was trying to
get off of Columbia, right?
Yeah, he was trying to get off of Columbia or redeem himself with that. Because I didn't think I Am was bad. It was just Nas competing against itself. Like, and again, like we talked off air.
Yeah.
I believe that 99 was a strange year in hip hop because I think that at this time, the business of music started to kick in where everybody was trying to like really just chase commercial success.
And
like we lost some of the authenticity of the music where it's like, let me just find a hit, and everybody was trying to be commercial. Because if you look at to me, the best albums up there are the people that really stuck to what they do.
That's a fact. Eve came out on the scene. Now, was y'all feeling Eve back then?
Absolutely, I was.
Yeah.
That's in my 5.
Yes. That's in 5?
We're gonna break down the 5.
We're gonna break it down.
Oh.
And then the Tunnel album now, off air, 3 was
Big
like,
Cat.
yeah, I really don't even remember that joint. But
No, I remember
that was
it.
a big album.
No, it was a cool album. I like it. It
Yeah.
got some joints on it.
Yeah.
But it ain't in my
Songs was on
5.
that.
It
Huh?
ain't in my 5.
I forgot what songs on. I gotta look that up.
I mean, see,
ain't
this is
in
why
my
we do
5.
this, so you can revisit it. Like, revisit these catalogs.
That's
So,
Funk Flex and Big Cap, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Funk Flex and Big Cap. So I guess 3. We'll start with you, kid. So out of this list, you said that it ain't a hot list to begin with.
Nah, it ain't.
But
It
if
ain't
you
what
had to
shit
pick
compared to
5.
what we did last week.
Yeah, it ain't.
Hell
Nah,
no.
definitely ain't nowhere in.
But that was 25 years ago.
Yeah,
that we
facts.
did last year. So
Facts.
I mean, for me, the 5 I'm gonna go with the Slim Shady. I'm gonna go with Hove. I'm gonna definitely go with 2001. That's 3. I'm gonna go with Eve. And I'm gonna go with Ja. And I'm gonna go with Eve and Ja because that was their break into the music industry. Those were their freshman releases, and they both stood the test of time, and they both went on to become superstars, not platinum superstars, meaning that they was out of here, Grammys, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta put those 2 in there along with Hove, Dr. Dre, and Eminem. Those are my 5. And look, I left Queens off, so ain't no bias.
Boy, that's what I was saying. Like, you left Queens off.
Ain't no bias.
You left Queens. Hold on. Did you even mention Jay?
Yeah, I put Jay. I got Jay up there. I got In My Lifetime Volume 3.
Okay.
2001, Slim Shady, Ja Rule, and Eve. That's my 5.
Got you. What about you, Jay?
That Eminem, man, big impact on hip hop.
Was it?
That album was hard.
Was it?
You wasn't. That album was hard. Out of all the Eminem albums, that one was hard.
That was the best one.
Yeah, that one was hard. That was the best one.
That one was the real gimmicky album, though.
Nah,
right?
it wasn't. The second one was.
Okay.
The Marshall Mathers LP.
Yes, it was the Marshall Mathers LP. Yes.
That
All
one.
right, Jay. Eminem was one.
That Jay-Z.
I'm
going with Dr. Dre.
Oh
man. Mobb Deep.
Murder Music.
Yeah, Murder Music. That's definitely for me.
And you know what? I'm gonna go with Roots, man. I like that Roots album, man.
You like that Roots album?
Yeah, that Roots album was tough.
Shout out to Jay, kid. He got the abstract lips.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there,
I love
kid.
abstract shit.
Nah, listen, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But like everybody, man, Chronic 2001, hands down. S. Carter, hands down. Mobb Deep. I mean, I'm gonna have to throw the Slim Shady LP because, like you said, it was a different look for hip hop, and I ain't gonna front. It took me a while to get past the surface of who it was. Yeah, it did. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm thinking Elvis Presley. Like, oh, nah, they doing it again. It took me a while. But it'll make it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the last one, see. That Flex and Cap album, because I guess this was around the time when the Tunnel shut down around this time, right? 99. Yeah. So to me, that was like a impactful album on hip hop because of all the legendary performances that took place in the tunnel. They had all of them, most of them on that. They had a lot of them on that album. You know what I mean? And it just hit different for me back then. So I was checking for that. So I ain't even gonna lie. Like, if I could go back to that time, huh?
So some bias in there.
I mean, it's
keep
some
it
bias,
stacked.
some bias, but I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't bumping Eve. I wasn't checking for Eve. And it's sad
Oh man.
that I had to leave Esco off. Cause I am outside of the intro, the New York State of Mind, part 2. Everything. Well, Ghetto Prisoners was. You know what? I take that back, man.
Nah, that
I
album
am.
has some joints.
I
on
am.
there.
Nah, I am gotta be on there. Cause now I'm thinking back in my head, Ghetto Prisoners. Big Things was a reach. That was him really trying to ride that fast flow and all of that other stuff. But Ghetto Prisoners, New York State of Mind too. Dr. Knockboot, Undying Love. He had some joints on there, man. You know, I'm a guy that likes stories anyway, storytelling, man. So Nas round out my 5, man. But yeah, that big album was a terrible attempt at, like you said, it was a money grab at the end of the day. Half the people that was on those tracks are big. He probably would never even did a song with them. Immobilarity was a damn disappointment.
That was a letdown, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big letdown. Coming from Only Built for Cuban Links to that was a big letdown.
You could tell Ghost helped him out in that purple
Yeah,
tee.
fact. And I think Ray was trying to get from out of Ghost Shadow.
Yeah.
And that's why he did that. And even the RZA, because he was beefing with RZA at this time.
Oh, he didn't make no tracks
It
with
was
RZA.
no tracks from
about
RZA on that
yeah,
album.
yeah.
It was no tracks from RZA on that album. It's like he started feeling himself like, oh, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, where all the money at? You know what I mean? So that was like a poor attempt, and he had to come back to RZA at the end of the day and do, you know, Cuban Links Part 2. And as far as that X album, that was like the worst one out of his whole catalog. Well, I ain't even gonna say the worst one because everything after this was downhill to me.
Yeah, because
Facts.
they squeezed the juice out of X because they wanted to ride him while he was hot. So saying, give me 2 albums in 1 year, like if he could have just let It's Dark and Hell Is Hot ride out for like at least a year, 2 years. They wanted another album because he was that hot. So he gave him the sophomore one the same year.
Yeah.
This is really just an attempt that we need another album. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was burnt out. He's rich now. He's not, he's rushing to make music. So, I mean, I get why it wasn't. But, I mean, like you said, everything after the first 2 was kind of down here because he touched that paper and it wasn't really the X, like I said, was chasing the music business and not the passion of just making music.
That's a fact.
They had him in the music business bag or whatever.
And
but didn't Eve win a Grammy off this album?
Did. I think she
Love
did,
Is Blind, right?
Yes, that was a big record. That was a big record for her.
And who's that girl? She had that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That now that y'all bring me back, that album did have some
I think Who's That Girl was on a Scorpion album.
Oh, it was a different one?
Yeah, I think it was on her sophomore album. I think that was the lead single to her sophomore album. I think Love Is Blind was the lead single off of this album.
Yeah,
what else was on that though?
Got a Man.
Oh yeah.
So she, you know what I mean? She has some big records.
Yeah.
She has some real big records. That's why I can't omit it. It's almost like when me and Jay was talking and he was like, oh, I wasn't listening to no Lauryn Hill. You must have been in love. And I'm like, my nigga, that Lauryn Hill album is classic, bro. Yeah. Like you could play that right now. Like, so out of all those records that came out that year in 98 that we was talking about, like that was and the reason I said that because that Lauryn Hill album, that shit is elite songwriting and rapping at its highest level.
That's a
Drake
fact.
before Drake.
That's
so
a fact. Shout out to Drake. He said she was the Drake.
You know what I'm saying? It's elite songwriting and rap in the same compressed thing as hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And we had an argument. He was like, yeah, but you could play any of these albums because I think I chose her as my spot and I took her over Pun.
Yeah.
And the reason why I had to take her is because I said, how many people is sampling Lauryn Hill? How many people sampling Pun right up until now? From the time they both came out until now.
That's a fact.
They still sampling Lauryn.
Yeah.
That's a fact. To this day. She ain't make an album after that.
What about Mos Def, man? How y'all feel about Mos Def?
That album, he had Miss Fat Booty was on that album right there. And he was spitting when he came out. You know what I'm saying? Him and then that Black. What did this come out? This came out after that Black Star album, right? The original Black Star album. Yeah. So that was him attempting to do his little solo thing. Miss Fat Booty, I think, was the biggest single on that joint. But
I think on
nothing
that
else.
whole label.
Yeah,
He
Raucous
said the
Records.
whole label.
Nah, I
Nah,
mean,
facts.
I think
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, it
that shit was ringing off.
Yeah, that was it. Other than that, he ain't really, moved me that much, But like going back to 3 with that X situation, man. Around this time, X was making all the movies too. Romeo
Yep.
Must Die
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that. So he definitely wasn't focused on hip hop, and you could tell because the production was trash, the songs was just trash. It just sounded like they just
Sound
rushed it.
forced, right?
Yeah, it was definitely forced. Like they just
So
was
he in
riding on people's
Toronto
hot.
shooting movies and jumping on the bus, making a record,
Yeah.
and then like it was wild. He's starting to start Bloodline Records, and like everything was going on. So it was just like you could hear it in the music. You know what I'm saying? But X gave us timeless music that we go, that we could sit with and live with. Again, at that point, I think 99 was the turning point for music. Whereas, when did the Puff album come out? 97?
1997. Yes.
97.
No Way Out.
So
No Way Out,
97, and then
Yep.
we had that crazy year in 98.
Yep.
98 was crazy, and I think that everybody from then on was chasing the business of music. We're trying to get the most money. We're trying to sell 2 or 3 million. We're copying sounds. We're doing all of this, and I think that that's when it kind of started to drift away, where it's like the music business mattered more than the actual art of the music.
That's a fact.
Where you had people who wasn't even rappers trying to rap.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what's
Word
crazy,
up.
yo?
Uh-huh.
It's like most artists, right? Like their first album, they hungry, so they come out, and most of them have always a good first album.
Uh-huh.
What about MCs that had like a better second album than their first album?
How rare is that?
Yeah.
For example,
Nas, it was written.
I don't know. The reason why I say that is because I only think it was written. To me, it was written is better sonically because of the production.
Mhm.
But I think Illmatic is classic because of the bars and what he was talking about. And he started writing that album when he was 16. And it didn't come out until he was 19, 20.
That's a fact.
So I think the allure of Illmatic still exists. But I think the only reason that it was written was better is because production wise, sonically, it doesn't sound like if you put on Illmatic right now, you could tell it sounds dated.
That's a
It
fact.
sounds like a 90s record.
That's
So
a
I
fact.
can't play it for a teenager right now and be like, yo, listen to this. It sounds dated, but I can play a couple of records off of It Was Written and they will rock to it like If I Ruled the World. You know what I'm saying? That shit is in
absolutely.
video games. That shit been in commercials.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The classic samples, shit like that. So, I mean, it's not really a lot of people that come out and their second or third release is better than their first release. Maybe
It's very
Outkast
rare.
is on there, but I think the reason is because artists have been waiting for that moment to release that first album their whole lives. So that's their best material.
Gotcha.
Like they've been pouring into that their whole life.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know, like the newbie 50 fans, Power of the Dollar is ill.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's Hungry Fifth. Not saying that Get Rich is the commercial, the production is crazy, but go listen to Power of the Dollar if you never heard it.
Yeah, that Power.
You know what I'm saying?
I keep forgetting about that. I keep thinking
he's dumping on there, some songs on there, the
Yeah.
cadence, the melodies, all of that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
if-
So, but
if it's
usually the
different,
first album is usually their best work because they've been working towards that their whole life.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's very rare, like you said. Once they taste that fame, it's hard to get in the
That
studio.
pin
at the
get different.
same
That pin
time.
get shaky.
Yeah, facts. It's like, where are we going to party tonight? Where? Yeah, but I don't really think it was. I can't really think of anybody who had. Well, you know what? Well, I don't know if you want to consider it, but the Chronic 2001 better than the original Chronic.
Man, that's tough. I love 2001. But what I will say about the Chronic, to me, the Chronic is actually Snoop's first album because he wrote a lot of that shit.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think, damn, I can't say that because to me, those are both compilation albums. I don't even look at them as solo projects. So it's
Yeah.
hard to say coming from an individual.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say that.
Yeah.
The only album I can say that the sophomore was better than the original, and this is crazy because the first one was crazy. This is fucking crazy because the debut is fucking classic.
Yes, absolutely.
But the second one is probably the best hip hop album ever made. So y'all should know from what I'm saying.
Nah, I can't. I ain't got it.
Hey, give me a guess.
The
Take a
second
shot at
one.
it.
The second one was a classic. Oh, Life After Death.
Absolutely.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Life After Death.
Oh, I wasn't
That
thinking
was
about that.
not. and you
Absolutely.
know what?
Yeah.
That is better
Absolutely.
than the first because
I'm
it was so
saying.
well rounded. Even though
That's what I'm saying.
Ready to Die had like Juicy and all that on there. Big went into so many different bags on that second album. Like he rocked with Bone Thugs.
They figured it out.
Killed them. Yeah.
They figured it
Yeah.
out. That's
And
what
he's-
happened. They
yeah,
figured it out.
Facts.
They figured it out like, yo, we could do both.
Yeah.
We could give them our story and we could tell their story too. That's why you got records like Going Back to Cali.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got records like You're Nobody That Somebody's Killed You.
Yeah.
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
Play a Hater with that nigga
Yeah.
where he's singing
And
and he can't sing.
see, and you know what? but now what's so ill is that you just saying that now, like the reason why it was even better was because of the amount of different production that was on the album. You had Havoc, you had RZA, you had all of you had Easy Mo B, you had all of these other guys.
the second
where
one?
First, yes, yeah, it was well, it was a
peep that.
versatile, yeah, because the first album he didn't have that all-star list of producers.
That's
on
why
it.
that's why I said they figured it out.
Yeah,
they did
facts.
they did what he did, what Dre did, what Nas did, what
Nas
Snoop
did,
did,
yeah.
and they put it all together. Where it's like
Yes.
we got the Hitmen, you know what I'm saying? We got Easy Mo B still in
Yes,
pocket.
yes.
We got this person, we got Primo, we got
Yes.
him, we got a song with R. Kelly, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they figured it out. That's why you know when Puff was like, we figured this shit out. That's why I got to be a double disc.
Facts, cause so before verses, did you know that that RZA did Long Kiss Goodnight?
Yeah, I
Nah,
knew
I
that.
didn't know
You
that.
knew that? See,
I
a
didn't
lot
know
of people didn't know that.
Yeah, and
A
that's
lot
one
of
of
people didn't know that.
that's one of my favorite Biggie verses ever.
Word. And
Like he went crazy on
Yeah.
that record.
he didn't conform to like, cause you will hear RZA beat and you gonna automatically hear a Wu affiliate. But the way Big rode that beat and destroyed it, he ain't compromised who he was to rock on a RZA track. And that shit sounded like a match made in heaven. Even on Last Days with Havoc, he destroyed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
10
Look,
Crack Commandments.
10 Crack with Primo.
Yeah.
And that was an Angie Martinez fucking drop beat that he heard on the radio.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
top 8 at 8. That
That's a
was like
fact.
the bed music.
You serious?
Yes, that was the
That's a
bed music for the top 8 at 8. And he
Yeah,
heard
I
it
think-
and he's like, yo, who did that? And they said Primo. He said, yo, I need that. He was like, oh, that's the joint for Angie. He was like, no, I need that.
I got another one for you then. Now you got me thinking.
Three's a hip hop story.
Nah, he is. That's why I fuck with 3. Where's the mother, kid? This is his bag right here.
I
Kid.
see that.
So I got another one. I don't know if y'all gonna agree, but Ghostface, Supreme
Ghostface.
Clientele, better than Iron Man.
It's a pick 'em for me.
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em.
That's
for me.
about a tie. I would
It's
say.
a pick 'em
tie?
for me.
Yeah, I would say it's
For me, it's a pick 'em. It's
I
a
gotta
pick 'em
listen
for
to
me.
him again because that first album, Ghostface, was hot. Though.
It
What
was.
you
it
think
was
about the
cool.
purple tape or you think about
No, not the purple tape.
Nah,
Nah, we
Iron
talking
Man.
about Iron Man.
Iron
We talking
Man.
about
Iron Man was hard?
Yeah, Iron Man was.
Iron
hard.
Man was hard, but that Supreme Clientele,
You sure
Apollo
you're not just in
Kids-
love with the title?
Nah, not even. Nah. But that's an interesting one
Yeah,
to put out there. Like, yo, which album was better? Like Supreme Clientele or Iron Man?
should battle those albums.
I don't mind doing that, but that's a little weird. But
Yeah,
I don't
it's
mind
weird.
doing that. But the production was much better on Supreme Clientele than Iron Man.
Supreme Clientele had more exotic. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like hip hop. It was more.
Yo, kid, what? Solomon, no, not thug for like, yo. RZA killed that album. Like he gave Ghost a lot. You might have to leave the show with Supreme Clientele, Jay.
Yeah.
That album was sick. I think that one is probably the only other one that I can think of that probably was better than the debut album. I think that's given. I'm gonna poll that. I'm gonna poll that question
Yeah.
because I'm thinking. All right, you had Daytona 500 on first one. You had Fish, Cam May. What else?
The first joint.
Shout out to Tips. He said, "Yeah, Ghost." Like I think that Supreme Clientele was actually better than Iron Man.
I don't know.
It's an interesting one. I mean,
that's
it's
a
an
debate.
interesting one. That's an
That's a
interesting debate. Like
Yeah.
that one, but hands down, Life After Death was definitely what 3 is saying that was like the only body of work that was better than the
Or,
date. the
or
original.
maybe we need to like
What's
play
that?
one off of like go through 1 through 10 or 1 through whatever and
On
play
Supreme
one from
Clientele?
yeah, both of them. Just play one song and then play the next one, one song and play the next one.
You can do that,
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. I think you can do that, man. Pull that off, man. That's interesting though. But Supreme Clientele was definitely one for me. I think that got Ghostface a lot of his fans. You know what I mean? It got Ghost a lot of his fans, and I think that one is like one of the rare occasions in hip hop where the second album was better than the first album. Because like we said, we just broke down Raekwon. That Immobilarity was terrible. You know what I'm
Horrible.
saying? It was horrible. He went away from the Clan, went away from RZA, got away from Ghostface, and he dropped the dud. You know what I mean? Nas, It Was Written was close to Illmatic. A lot of people feel like It Was Written was more of a polished album than
That's
Illmatic.
why I hear that a lot, but that first one with all those different producers on it too was a classic.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
Come
It's
on,
hard to
man.
beat that. It's hard to
Yeah.
beat that. That's why Life After Death, like we just said, was considered to be a better album because of the different producers that they had on there. You had all the top-notch producers rocking with Big back then. You know what I'm saying? Just like Nas' debut album, same thing. You had all the top-notch producers. Oh, you know what? I got another one.
Better than the first.
In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Better than Reasonable Doubt? Volume 1 or Volume 2? Better than
I'll
Reasonable
have
Doubt.
to run through them again.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
what I'm
haven't-
saying.
'cause I-
So
Reasonable Doubt was my joint.
Reasonable
though,
Doubt
man.
was cool, but Volume
X3,
1
we
and
got
Volume
X3.
2?
We got X3. We
Yeah,
got
so
his three
three.
info on this.
Reasonable Doubt or Volume 1, Volume 2.
He ready for this.
Oh man,
Yeah.
repeat the question.
All right, so
Repeat
we
the
just we
question.
still on the debut or the sophomore or third project that's better than the original. So Reasonable Doubt and compared to Volume 1
In My
or
Lifetime,
even Volume 2, yeah.
Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable
Reasonable
Doubt. That's what I'm
Doubt?
trying to tell you. Yeah.
Over Volume 2?
You talking about In My Lifetime?
No. But I said even the second or the third one because the third
You
Nah,
one.
stretching now. You stretching now.
You stretching it.
All right, so Volume 1.
Keep it soft.
Volume one?
Reasonable Doubt. The reason I'm saying Reasonable Doubt is because Hove almost was like don't get me wrong. That second one was crazy. I
Yeah.
just think that he dropped the ball on a few records, and Dame is on record by saying this, like he was chasing what Big had. He was chasing what Big had. So that's why you had songs like Sunshine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, he was chasing what Big had. You Belong to the City with Blackstreet. He was trying to chase.
That
He
was
was trying.
cheesy.
He was
Now
trying
you brought me back.
yeah, so he was trying to chase what Big was sitting at. So he had those hitmen. He got some records from the hitmen, and then I think once he figured out, I just got to stick to who I am.
Yeah.
They followed up, and that's why they put out Streets Is Watching to kind of put some steam behind that. So Streets Is Watching also helped that album. But I got to go with Reasonable Doubt because, like I said, 9-6, right?
9-6.
We was out in Cali bumping that shit hard, and niggas was like, "Yo, who's that?"
Yeah.
They didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
And I just remember I didn't know who Jay was, but if you remember, Dead Presidents used to come on Video Music Box consistently, because so you used to see it all the time, and it was like, yo, that was like really my first introduction to like wanting to know who Son was.
Yeah.
So I gotta go Reasonable Doubt, because the reason why I still listen to the album to this day.
Yeah,
That's
Reasonable
what it is.
Doubt. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a reach
Come
though.
on,
Reasonable
man.
Doubt was a reach, but Volume 2, I think Volume 2 might have that though. You know what I'm saying? But like 3 said initially, man, you're ready to die, hands down, ready to die. Oh, because it ain't plugged in. Safe. The camera ain't plugged in. Word up. It's over there, Jay, in that bag, man. I'm bugging out. Forgot to plug it in. But I definitely Definitely want to put that to a test though. Supreme Clientele versus Iron Man. I want to put
What's your pick?
test.
What's your pick?
Supreme Clientele, hands down.
Okay.
I'm gonna
revisit both of them.
Nah, I'm telling you, one Nutmeg, Apollo Kids,
Everybody go to those two.
Buck 50.
Yeah.
Yo, he had some joints on there, kid. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. Iron Man is a classic, but that Supreme Clientele hit different. Yeah, it's at the bottom. That Supreme Clientele hit different.
Supreme Clientele or Purple Tape? Yeah, he really thinking about this one.
He's not. Yo,
really thinking
Supreme.
about this
Yo,
one?
I got to. Yo, Supreme Clientele
Man.
is a dope album, kid. It's a really, really, really dope album, kid.
Yo,
now,
man, the
Purple Tape was classic. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my!
I mean, because of
all the way down to the skits, man. That joint is fucking amazing.
Yes. Absolutely, but Supreme Clientele got skits too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the era we from. Like the skits had to be fire too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but the Purple Tape was just different because I just think that it was just new. It was just a new sound they was coming with, and they just was like, I don't know. Like I said, I still listen to that.
Yeah,
to this day. So, like I said, when people throw around the word classic and all that shit,
yeah,
are you still listening to that shit way after it already came out? Like probably not. So that means it ain't classic.
Yo, Supreme Clientele is dope. It came back on. Yeah, all right. So yeah,
next week I want to
Oh no, it ain't come back up. Yeah, you gotta just press the button. If it's orange, it ain't on. If it's green, it's on. All right. So I definitely we gotta revisit that though. I think next week
revisit that.
Yeah, we could definitely
we gotta revisit. We gotta do the top 10 classic R&B albums ever.
We
gotta do that.
Well,
R&B.
I'm sorry out there, TV land. Some people going. Shout out to Jessica Grandy. She said Woodrow, the bass head for real, mighty healthy. I'm telling you, that album there, it gives a run. Them skits was hilarious.
TV land people don't fuck with that. Nah, the R&B, you gotta fuck with the
R&B.
R&B.
No, the R&B. We gonna do that. Yeah.
R&B,
I get in my R&B bag a little bit. I know Tiny be like, Steel's lying. He don't listen to R&B. You know what I'm saying? But see, now we gonna have to bring Kelzo back to life. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the epitome of it. Like, ain't nobody. I mean, him.
Nah, we can mention his albums. We could definitely mention y'all. We not omitting it. We not omitting the man's music. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what was that? TP2?
Yeah, we not omitting the man's music.
Yeah, I hate that.
He got like 4 classics. Like for real.
Dude, yeah. That TP2 album was ridiculous.
That shit, I still listen to it.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, 3.
I mean, listen, like, yo, hey.
Better than Chocolate Factory, though?
Hey, like,
how you way better than that Chocolate
Factory? Listen, man, I'm against that. I'm against everything the man stand for. But like I said previously, if we walked around day to day worrying about what we enjoy or what we indulge in and what the person that made it or created did in their everyday life, we don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? The person who made your socks could be a serial rapist. You know what I'm saying? The person that's made the straws you drink in your juice out of. You know what I'm saying? So I could separate the art from the man. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people don't like what Floyd Mayweather stood for as far as the domestic violence. He's arrogant. He's this, he's that. Listen, I could separate the art from the person. I never met that man. I don't know him personally. Yeah. But when he get in that ring, it's a bad boy, and I enjoy watching it. Yeah. I enjoy listening to R. Kelly's music, regardless of whatever he did. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying?
You have to put that one together, 3 next week.
Yeah, we could do it next week. Top. You know what I'm saying? I already got my 5 out. I stay loaded with my 5 already.
Man, I got.
I'm gonna keep.
And the crazy thing about R&B is all about we got to put a time frame in it because you could go back so far, and we don't want to go back too far.
Nah, hell no. I ain't going no Guy Aaron Hall.
You know, shit, when you talking about that guy album is classic, bro. What you talking about?
Pause.
Bobby Brown classic.
Yeah, Bobby Brown.
Jodeci classic.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
We got some classic joints, man.
For me, that TP2 album is top of the list.
Better than the 12 play?
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Hell yeah. Because you got to think of the sound, too. Like the sound.
Yeah. I get
You know
all
what I'm
that. I
saying?
get all
The
that.
sound, the sonically is totally different.
But I think 12 play changed the game, though.
And I was messing with a girl from Harlem at the time. I met her in
That's
Big
probably
Daddy's,
why you-
a.k.a. Chances. Had me open. They played the songs in the
You
club.
talking about from the TP2?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's probably why you feel it.
But
Now, fuck, listen, that shit is classic top to bottom.
Yeah, shout out to Tips. He said Usher Confessions. Hey,
Absolutely.
hey, we gonna talk about it, man. Shout out to all my people out there in TV land that like them R&B albums on the low, man. So you gonna do a quick hip hop shot clock before we get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Got one special today, man. Some NBA mixed into this one, man. I know 3 like this one, man. So we got about 9 minutes left in the show, right? So to set it off, who has the NBA record for most career rebounds?
I ain't got my Jeopardy hooked up too.
NBA record for most career rebounds.
Total or
Yes,
per game?
total.
It's not Wilt?
It is Wilt. Shout out to 3. It is Wilt Chamberlain. Yes, he does hold the record with 23,924 rebounds. What NBA team drafted Ray Allen?
Timberwolves.
Shout out to 3. Can't fool him. Most people said the Bucks. The Casuals. Who has the most NBA coaching wins?
Greg Popovich? I know it still can't be Lenny Wilkins.
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
He was in that. He's from that era though. And in the essence of time, we're gonna go with the answer, and it's Don Nelson, 1335.
They must be. Donnie still got the most wins.
Don Nelson. Yeah.
Fuck out.
It ain't Popovich.
Nah, it
Don
ain't.
Nelson.
I knew it wasn't Pop, but I
You
thought
know,
it
Pop was like the longest tenured coach.
I thought it was. I was like, damn. It's
Don Nelson, 1,335 total wins. Who's the only NBA player to win 2 championships as a player and as a coach?
Pat Riley. 2 titles
As a player and a coach.
Now Phil only won 1 with the Knicks.
You got 2.
Check
you say?
Jessica Grandy out. I see you, Jessica. She said Dennis Rodman. I see you out there. Word up. So the answer is Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a player coach.
Player coach. Yeah,
He
for
was
the
a player
Celtics.
coach.
Yep. For
R.I.P.
real.
Bill Russell.
Yeah, all rest in peace to Bill Russell, man. What team has the 4th most NBA championships? 4th most.
My man done broke it down to the 4th.
Because we already know the
Lakers.
Lakers and the Celtics,
Yeah,
you know,
I
because they the
know.
longest tenure. So you know they the top 2. So the 4th most.
The Warriors or the Spurs? Why did we
Here
one
we go.
of the
The
2?
Spurs.
Why did we one of the 2?
Yeah, it's the San Antonio Spurs. Saquon Barkley played college football for what school?
Iowa.
I don't even know this. I'm just.
Oh,
gonna
you ain't a
guess.
football. You ain't a football guy,
USC?
right? Nah. He played for Penn State.
State.
Yeah, he played for Penn State. He was there before that Sandusky.
Chris. Good looking, Chris.
Shout out
He
to
got it,
Chris.
he got
Shout out.
it,
We see you,
he got
Tips.
it, he
We
got
know
it.
that was a layup for you, baby boy. You a Giant fan. Word up.
He got it.
Mm-hmm. Which undefeated team did the Miami Dolphins beat to keep their undefeated season in 1985 intact? Jay, you should know this, Jay.
The Jets?
Absolutely not. Shout out. Hold on, man. Shout out to who that? Jessica? She said Chicago. Shout out to Jessica Grandy. You got it right, man. Check her out. Word up, man. All right. Which team is the only nonprofit and community-owned team in the NFL? Team is a nonprofit. That's crazy. A team being a nonprofit. They just getting all the perks. You know it ain't nowhere in New York. It's
Football
about money
team.
out here. Football team. It's not Buffalo, just not Buffalo.
It's not the football team?
It's
Washington?
a football team. Nah, it ain't the. It definitely ain't the Reds. I mean, the Commanders.
Commanders. Oh, yeah.
Word.
They changed the name.
So to go with the music, it's the Green Bay Packers,
Oh,
community-owned team. Word, the Packers. That's why they so invested in them. That's why they love Aaron Rodgers so much. Which city did the Detroit Lions originally play in?
New York. It was in New York. Or California somewhere.
Nah.
No?
Shout out to Tips. He said Miami. Nah.
Kansas City.
Nah. The original city that they played in was Portsmouth, Virginia.
Who's gonna get
Nobody's
that shit?
getting that shit.
All right. What's the name of Das Effect's debut album?
They want effects.
Straight from the sewer.
The name of the album was called Dead Serious.
Dead Serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Dead
had that
Serious.
CD. I don't know how. I forgot
Word.
about that.
OGC is the name of this Brooklyn rap group. What does OGC stand for?
Damn.
Come on, man. We just spoke.
Original
about all
Gun
this.
Clappers.
Shout out to
I think you said that.
Shout out to
Original Gun
JLJ.
Clappers.
Let's see if you remember, kid. You know what I'm saying? Remember we out here teaching people, kid. You ain't know that 3?
Yeah. It just
Oh,
didn't come. It didn't. He got it before me, but I remember
Mhm.
that. They said in the record.
Uh-huh. What did Jadakiss cook basil on? He said it in a rhyme.
His mama stove.
The Foreman Grill.
Shout out to 3. First nigga to cook base on a Foreman grill. Word. The song Wolves by M.O.P. was part of this classic movie soundtrack.
Give us a year.
Wolves, that came out in 1999. Denzel Washington played a major role in this movie.
Remember the Titans?
The Locks had a single that was the lead single for this movie.
In 99. Shit.
99.
Training Day.
Shout out to 3. Shout out to JLJ Training Day. You can hear the sirens. Looking like who you people riding. All right. Erykah Badu has 3 children by 3 hip hop artists. Name all 3 of them.
Andre 3000.
It's one.
Common.
Hey, y'all give Common Erykah a baby? Wow.
Common ain't
Wait,
dropping.
oh
it
yeah,
yet.
Andre.
Common
Andre
ain't dropping
3000,
it,
yes,
though.
he's one.
They all wear dudes.
Shout out to Jay.
Um,
3 lucky ass niggas, boy, I tell you. Andre 3000 is one. We know that's
I
that's
think
her
the last
first
2
one.
by this. Nah, they not. They not
It's 3 of them. It's all 3 of them.
Damn.
Now give up.
Yeah. Gotta tell it. As
So,
soon as you say it, I'm going to know. But
Andre 3000, the DOC,
Yeah. DOC.
and Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
Yes, Jay Electronica got those buns, boy. I'll tell you, man. For real.
Overrated.
Fact. Who discovered Fredro Starr?
The barbershop on Jamaica Ave.
JMJ.
3, JMJ. Yes, sir. Fredro Starr made his acting debut in what movie in 1993?
I know the movie. I just can't remember. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The fuck was the name of that shit? Wasn't that? That ain't the same sandwich.
Yeah, the fact. The name of the
That ain't
movie
the
was
same-
called Strap.
Yeah, Strap. That ain't the
Word
same
up.
sandwich. I want
It
the
ain't
same
the
sandwich he
sandwich. Word up, man. For real. All right, man. This is the last one, man. And rest in peace to the person I'm about to mention. Anthony Mason made his debut in this hip hop video. Who was the artist and what was the name of the song?
got. Little Kim.
Anthony Mason.
Yeah.
He made a debut in a hip hop video.
He was in a Little Kim video, but I just can't. It wasn't his debut.
Nah, it wasn't his
probably.
debut.
He made his debut in this hip hop video. Couldn't have been Big because Big was talking about him.
Nah, that's a fact. Everybody thought that. Everybody thought that.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna kill it. We got about 25 seconds. So the artist's name is Diamond D, and the name of the song was Best Kept Secret.
Oh,
Word up, man. Word up, man. We come to the end of another show. We got a party to go to, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody checking in on TV Land. Shout out to everybody listening to BarsandHoopsRadio.com. And shout out to everybody checking in on YouTube, man. We do appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget, every Friday, 8 to 10, we are no days off, man. And we are live on Bars and Hoops Radio every Friday night from 8 to 10. Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next week, we'll see you next round. Peace.
What happened? They at the spot already? God damn. Where you at, nigga?
That nigga 3 said top 5 R&B Jones.